Welcome back to the Attica series. If you guys saw the front bumper and you thought it was cool, then you're more than likely going to think these side steps are very cool as well too. Now these side steps are one of my favorite out of this whole part lineup that Attica has for the Ford Bronco. Basically, these side steps are going to protect your rockers, but also make it easier for you to get in and out of the Bronco. Now, from what I've noticed in the Bronco space, you can either have rock sliders, which will protect the rocker, but then you don't really have any spot to be able to put your foot on to be able to get in the Bronco easier. Or you have side steps, which makes it way easier getting in the Bronco, but then you have issues where the side steps hang too low and then you're having ground clearance issues. Another thing I want to point out that's pretty cool about these side steps is the lights down here. Now these lights are very cool because I haven't really seen any other side steps with lights on them in the Bronco space. The lights are very simple. They have a harness that'll tie into our taillight harness, so that way anytime you unlock or lock your Bronco, those side lights will turn on and you'll be able to get into your Bronco a lot easier. Not only that, but the lights actually look pretty cool when they're on as well too. Now let's go ahead and rip these factory side steps off the Bronco and throw on our new Attica Frontier side steps. Before we jump into today's install, if you have any questions about the tools that we're using, check out cjponyparts.com/tools or click the link in the corner of the video for a free video and PDF file showing you what tools you should have and how to use them properly and safely. To start this off, we're going to take off all the hardware that connects the factory rock slider to the pinch weld here. We're now going to take out the 13mm bolt on the inner part of the rock slider. And you're going to go down the entire rock slider and take them all out. Once you remove all the hardware for the factory rock slider, you can pull it off. As you can see, I have some jack stands here, and that's just because in the past when I've taken off side steps and other rock sliders, they usually just kind of fall off, but these ones seem pretty in there. Pull them off. Now we're going to remove the rest of the factory bracket right here. All right, so we're back at the table, and that's because we need to assemble these brackets so they fit onto our new side steps. Now inside the box, there's going to be two separate boxes, one labeled right, one labeled left. Grab whatever side you're working on, and for us, we're going to be using the right side because we're working on the passenger of the vehicle, and then you're going to grab some of the hardware that's in the kit as well too. You're going to need a bolt, a washer, a locking washer, and then a nut that will fit all of those. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take our lower bracket and then our other piece of the bracket here, grab that hardware, slide it through the hole, and then loosely install this because we're going to install it onto our step. And then once everything's on the Bronco, we'll actually go back over and tighten everything down. We're now going to install the brackets that we just put together on the actual side step. So again, using the hardware that's provided to be able to do that. And we're also going to leave these loosely installed and then adjust them on the Bronco and then tighten everything down once we have it adjusted accordingly. And once you have your front bracket loosely installed, go ahead and do the same thing for the rear bracket. Again, we're just loosely installing these, and then we will tighten them down once it's on the Bronco. All right, we're now gonna attach the side step to the Bronco, and we're first gonna start off with these pinch weld holes here. So we're gonna use the hardware that's provided in the kit. Your bolt through with the washer, locking washer on the other side, and then the nut. And you're gonna do the exact same thing for all the pinch weld holes. I'm not gonna tighten them down fully, but I am gonna tighten them up a little bit. That way they're not moving around on me. And then go ahead and put in your 16mm bolt with the washer and the lock ring washer as well, and tighten those down, but not all the way. And then do that on the front as well. Again, I'm gonna tighten these down pretty good, but not all the way. All right, so we got our Attica Frontier side steps on, and they're about in place on where I want them to be. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and build our third bracket, put it in the middle here, and then once you do that, you can tighten everything down, and then we'll show you how to wire it up. It's now time to wire up the lights on our side step, and to do so, we actually have to take this Attica wiring harness and attach it to our taillight so the lights know when to come on. So let's go ahead and take out the taillight and hook up this harness. We're gonna take out these 3 screws here to pop off this panel. And then grab a 10mm. There's going to be a 10mm bolt in the top part of this, and then one in the bottom part as well too. We gotta pop off the fender flares, so put everything in the unlock position and pull it off. Once you have the fender flare off, grab this painted panel here and pull on it. And it's just held in by clips. Just be careful when pulling this off. It's gonna be one 10mm bolt here at this lower panel. Take that out. Once you have that 10mm bolt out, you can actually pull out this inner panel here. Be careful again, the rest is just held in by clips. Now to get the tail light out, we're gonna take this 10mm bolt out. After you take the 10mm bolt out the side, you're gonna have 2 8mm bolts on the inner part of this tail light. Once you have both 8mm removed, you can remove the taillight and disconnect the wiring harness on the back side. Grab your Attica wiring harness, plug it into the taillight harness, and then you'll plug the white connector onto the actual taillight itself. But before doing that, we're going to run our side step lighting harness over to this one. Grab the other Attica harness that's supplied in the kit, and then it's going to have 2 female connectors, and then there's 2 male connectors on the side step. Go ahead and connect both of those together. And then run this part of the harness to the back taillight section so we can connect it with the other part of the Attica wiring harness. Once you have your wiring harness ran from the side step lights, you can run it all the way back to the Attica wiring harness that's tied in with the factory taillight harness and plug the connector in. And then from here, just put your taillight back together. Well, we're all wrapped up with the Attica Frontier Series side steps, and I gotta say, these look absolutely killer on our Bronco. The lighting feature is really awesome in my opinion and stands out compared to the other side steps that are on the market. Now give yourself about an hour to an hour and a half to be able to complete this install. If you have a friend, definitely call them over because these side steps are pretty heavy. Now, if you want to purchase any of these Attica products, I'm going to leave a link down below in our description, but it is time to drop a gear and disappear. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications to see all of our other Attica installs.